Hey guys, so today I'm going to do my top 10 Makeup Revolution palettes. I was going to do my entire palette collection, but I do have a lot. But if you do want to see that, do let me know because I would happily do it. So I'm going to show you my top 10. This is a mixture of face palettes and shadows. So shall we just jump in? So I'm going to go from 10 to 1, as in 1 being the best of the best and 10 being still amazing but not my absolute favourite, if that makes sense. Let's jump in, shall we? So the first palette I want to mention is number 10. This is the Makeup Revolution I Heart Makeup Geek eyeshadow palette. Now the reason I've put this in the list is because this is the perfect colour palette. It has every single colour that I would ever need when I want to do a really bright colour. It has a couple of matte shades here and it has a matte black, but other than that it is all shimmery, which is a bit of a drawback. But if they did a matte bright palette that was like really bright like this, but it was all matte shades, it would be perfect together. Yeah, all the highlighting colours at the top and then it gradually gets darker, so it's like set into coloured looks, which I really like. Love this palette. This is £7.99. I think it's a bargain because you get 32 shadows in here. Love it. Number 9 is this palette. This is the Ultra Bronze palette, all about bronze. It just has the standard black packaging with the rose gold writing on. This is a recent love for me. Very recent. I'm obsessed with this now. I've used it today for my bronzer. Well, these 4 colours together. Tip that Tarte, Glam Life Guru, talked about on her Makeup Revolution Hot or Not, which kind of pushed me to get this because when she did that video, this palette was on sale for £4. Well, it's normally £6, it's not expensive, but it was on sale for £4, so I kind of really wanted to try it out because I'd been after a bronzer. I like this option because you have 2 kind of shimmery shades here. There's one shimmer one here, but the rest are matte, and just mixing these 4 together makes a really beautiful look. This is amazing. It's so pigmented, light touch. Obsessed with this already. It's normally £6, but like I said, I paid £4, but it's a good price for £6. I would have happily paid £6. So the next palette I want to talk about is actually really new as well. I just had to include it. This is the Makeup Revolution Iconic Lights and Contour Pro palette. See, it looks very much like the NYX one. It doesn't have the mirrored top like the other palettes, which is kind of weird, but I quite like it for this one. It's very similar to the Ultra Contour palette that they did. Now I have that and I love that palette, but I think this one is better for me because I think the shades are much more suited to pale skin, so like this one in particular is amazing. I used it today under my bronzer just to kind of get that definition, and I think that it worked really well for me. Really light colour, perfect for pale skin, but I also think it's good for deeper skin tones as well because you have this dark one here, but then you have like some mid-tones, pale one. It's really good. There's a banana powder here and some highlighting colours. They're matte, so they're really good for setting under the eyes or whatever. Palette is amazing. It's the same price as the Ultra Contour. This one is my favourite. £8. Love this palette. Amazing, like the pigmentation, the quality, the blendability of these is amazing. So the next palette I want to talk about is another face palette, I'm sorry. This is the Blush Queen palette. It's quite new because you can tell because it has the plastic top instead of as opposed to the shiny black one. But this is amazing. I saw this on the Makeup Revolution had their I think it was their 2nd birthday party. They had like a table of new launches and pictures that they'd taken, and I saw this, but I couldn't quite tell what it was. I had a hunch it was a baked blush palette, and I was right. I knew I had to have it as soon as it came out. I ordered this the day it came out, or the day after, like very quickly. This is an entire palette full of baked blushes, which is amazing. Not into shimmery blushes, this really isn't for you, but I prefer baked blushes. I'm not wearing it today, I'm wearing a matte blush. Kind of contradicting myself. I'm usually wearing a baked blush. Love this colour here, and I love these kind of lilac-y ones here. I love them all, and there's a really gorgeous highlight shade which is so intense. Love this palette. This is £6. It's an absolute bargain because you get, say you get 7 blushes and 1 highlight, because this isn't a blush. But yeah, this palette is amazing. If you love baked blushes and love sugary blushes, this is for you. So now we're on to eyeshadows. Number 6, are we on number 6? Is the Acre Revolution Neutrals versus Neutrals palette. It has the matte black top, which I really like. Is this beautiful, beautiful palette. Look how gorgeous this is. Oh my gosh. And this is a palette that I bought as soon as it came out because it's just amazing. So on the top are your neutrals, as in new neutrals, which are these gorgeous kind of burnt oranges, red shades, peachy kind of colours. Love that roll. That's why I bought this palette, because I have nothing else like this. On the bottom you have some classic neutrals, which I love because I think that it makes this really versatile, but it's also really unique. I don't know if that's just me, but I don't really use the neutrals in here because I have shades like this in other palettes, but the burnt oranges and the reds I absolutely love. I think this palette is amazing and it's great for experimental makeup. It's great if you want something neutral, but it's kind of a weird neutral, if you know what I mean, kind of an out there neutral, and I think the red burnt orange trend is perfect for that. It's $6.99, which is an absolute bargain, and the pigmentation is amazing. So next up, clubbing these two together. This is number 5, so we've reached halfway, guys. I'm clubbing these together because they are pretty much the same. These are the Iconic Pro 1 and 2 palettes. Again, this has the matte black finish. These are $6.99 as well. I will show you the Iconic Pro 1 first. Same layout as the Neutrals versus Neutrals, the way it's set out. It's a dupe of the Lorac Pro palette. I have a blog post of makeup dupes, which I will link down below. I'm currently searching out for more for a second post for a drugstore dupes part 2, hashtag spawn for my own blog. It has all the matte shades on top, shimmers on the bottom. This is the warm palette, which I prefer. I love the warm eyeshadows. I particularly love this colour here and this one. Love this palette, it's amazing. And then the Iconic Pro 2, which again is also number 5 because I'm lumping them together, is the Cool Toned palette. This is a dupe of the Lorac Pro 2. The Iconic Pro 1 and 2 came out exactly the same time. Love this green shade here. I'm so into my khaki eyeshadows at the minute. It's a bit ridiculous, but I love that colour. For me, khaki is kind of like, it's a neutral, but it's a bit of a different neutral. It's kind of this palette. It's amazing. This is also $6.99, could you have guessed? 5 on the list is the Iconic Pro 1 and 2 palettes. So next is number 4, and again, I'm lumping 2 palettes together as they go hand in hand. This for the whole collection of these eyeshadows, but these are my 2 favourites. These are the Ultra Professional 32 eyeshadow palettes. The ones I've picked for this list that are the most versatile are the Flawless and Flawless Matte. Again, these go hand in hand. It's the Flawless. I've used the Flawless and the Flawless Matte today on my eyes. But the Flawless is this one. It's full of shimmers. I love this colour here. It's so beautiful. And the one next to it and this green one here. All shimmer shades, pretty much. There are matte colours here, which are great for your eyebrows, and there's a matte black down here. But yeah, this palette is amazing. Full of neutrals, absolutely gorgeous. Colour payoff is amazing. Pigmentation is so good. So yeah, I love this one. This is why I'm lumping them together. This is the matte version of it. Completely matte. If I'm travelling, I will take both of these. Because the first Flawless lacks matte shades, I think that if you took this one as well, everything you would need. It has the kind of transitional colours. It has like a matte black to warm it up. It has darks to warm up a look, to cool down a look. And I just think it's really, really nice. And plus they have these gorgeous like matte pink colours, kind of pinky tone neutrals, which I love. These 2 palettes are an absolute winner. I think they are insane. Sorry. You get 32 shadows in each, and they're very, very thin. Very thin. So if you were to travel with these, you can take 64 eyeshadows and you would be set. You would have everything you would need. These are £8 each, but that is a bargain for the amount of shadows that you do get. Top 3. We're in the top 3. 3, the highlight palette. This is amazing. I feel this doesn't get spoken as much as the Radiance Lights palette, which I have the Radiance Light palette. It is beautiful, but this does the job. So yeah, it's set out the same way as the Radiance Lights palette with the 3 pans and as kind of a swirly design. This is my favourite though because it's highlight and these are intense. Now they do these in individual pans. They're £3 each in the individual pans, £8 for the palette. I didn't know which shade would suit me the best, so I got the palette on a hunch, because some people say like, oh, the individual highlights are so much better, like don't get the palette, blah blah blah. But I was like, right, no, I've wanted the palette for a while, I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna try it for myself. And I'm obsessed. I'm using it every time I do my makeup. I used it today and look at that highlight. It is intense and it is beautiful. I love this. I used a mixture of these two shades today, which this is kind of a lilac and this is a peach. I used more of this one today because I love this lilac, and this is a really beautiful gold. I'm gonna have to swatch these because absolutely amazing. A little goes a long way with these. Can you see that? There we go. Look how beautiful they are. The peach is so natural, and I feel that the peach in the middle looks great mixed with the one either side of it. If you want a more gold, the peach and the gold mixed together, beautiful. If you want a more cool toned, the peach and the pink, beautiful. For the pink, I must say, because I am quite pale, so it shows up a lot better on my skin tone, but yeah, I can't rave about this enough. I think it's insanely good. This is £8 and it's amazing. So number 2 is an absolute love of mine. I've had this quite a long time actually. It's on a hunch, and I'm so glad I bought it because I wasn't going to buy it. I was just looking around Superdrug and I was like, right, I don't want to buy anything. Put it on a hunch. I was like, I don't really need it, but I kind of really want it. But I took a chance on it, and I'm so glad I did, because this palette is very well loved. It is amazing. Nobody talks about this, and it makes me really upset because it's absolutely insane. This is the I Heart Makeup Explicit Content Palette, and I've heard barely anybody talk about this, and it's insane. This palette is amazing. But again, it's like the Makeup Geek one, but this is neutrals, except this row here. This is entirely neutrals. It's all pretty much shimmers. The only matte shades in here are the ones down here. There's one here and a matte black here. It's full of kind of the autumn, winter kind of vibe shades, like these three here. Oh my gosh, these three colours are the reason I bought the palette in the first place, but I'm in love with every single shade. Every single shade. As you can tell, these have got the most love, but it has everything. So like a few pinky ones, some golds, browns, blacks. Why does nobody talk about this? It's so good. This is the proper underdog of the Makeup Revolution family. This palette is so worth the money. It's so amazing. Can you see I'm very passionate about this, because this palette is amazing and it doesn't get talked about enough. It doesn't get raved about enough. The pigmentation of these is crazy. Look at that. That is insane. The pigmentation is great. They're so creamy, really easy to blend. Love, love, love palette. And it's $7.99. 100% worth the money. We're at the #1 spot. We've hit #1. I've cheated a little bit with #1. I have 6 palettes as #1, but they are the same family. The chocolate bar collection from the I Heart Makeup range. I've got to pick between the chocolate bar palettes, so I'm putting them all in. Just jump into the ones. I mean, these aren't great for travelling because they are quite bulky, but the design is all the same. They all have the melting chocolate kind of vibe. The packaging is really cute. It's really beautiful. I really like this. This one is the I Heart Chocolate, which is the original. This is a dupe of the Too Faced chocolate bar palette. This smells of chocolate, no word of a lie, but I love this one. I would say it's more warm, but there are a couple of cool tones in here. This palette is amazing. Not my favourite out of the collection. I will get into my favourite out of the collection, but I would have just picked my favourite out of these to be #1, but I think they're all phenomenal and that any are the best. The colour payoff is insane. The pigmentation is amazing. The blendability is so good, and they're very versatile. Next is the Death by Chocolate, which is this one. This is a dark chocolate one. Smells of chocolate. This smells less of chocolate than the I Heart Chocolate, but it's fine. And this is mostly cool tones, and I love it. Staple matte black as well, which is always useful. Favourite out of the collection that has got the most love that ever, I'm never ever getting rid of this, ever, is the Naked Chocolate. This is the white chocolate one. Again, it has the drippy vibe. They're exactly the same, they just do different colours. I love this one. Look at that. And see, I like this one because it's a lot of warm tones, really neutrals. There isn't too many really dark shades, which is not what I reach for all the time, so that's why I really like this one. This shade here, now I don't have the name slips, I'm sorry, I don't keep them. Smells of chocolate, just want to get that in. Here, which is called Choc Fest, is the best shade ever. They need to do that in a single eyeshadow because I would buy like 7 of them. Is a brown, but it's a plum toned brown, and it's the most beautiful shadow ever. I absolutely adore it. Make it a single shadow. So if you're watching Makeup Revolution, please do a single shadow of Choc Fest. It's amazing. Next is the Salted Caramel. Again, drippy chocolate, but this one's two-toned, which I quite like. This one is a dupe of the semi-sweet chocolate bar from Too Faced. So it's only them two that are dupes, just to kind of get that out there. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong. This one smells of caramel, it smells amazing. Just this one. Love this colour here. And the blue, the warm transition colour, I think it's really beautiful. And the next one is Pink Fizz, and the Pink Fizz and the Salted Caramel came out the same day. And this is this one. This one's really cute. This is full of shimmer shades, and I think I obviously wouldn't use this palette everything on the eye, but I think picking up this kind of pink shade here or this blue I would use this to kind of add some sparkle to the like centre of the lid or something, or really in a shiny inner corner highlight. Which is why I really like this, because this smells of champagne and I don't like it. I don't like champagne. So pink chocolate is so cute. The last one that they brought out is Chocolate Vice. This is the black chocolate palette. Again, the drippy chocolate. Obviously this one hasn't had as much love as the others because I haven't had it as long. I still had it a long enough time. But I picked this up when I got the Blush Queen because they both came out at the same day, so I was like, right, I'm going to get them both. It's an excuse for me to make an order, but I would have made an order just for this because the chocolate bar palettes are my favourites, as we've established. So yeah, that's this one. I love this gold colour here, it's so amazing. And again, it has the really nice peachy colours, which I think is beautiful. I love this palette. Oh, I like this colour here as well. That's amazing. These are $7.99 each, so yes, they are a bit pricier compared to the explicit content where you get like a lot of shadows. You kind of pay for the novelty of these as well, the quality of the shadows and the pigmentation and everything. Everything about these is amazing. I love all of them. I think they are well worth the money. $7.99. Yes, I have spent a lot of money on these. Let's just ignore that fact because they are 100% worth it. And that's it. That's my top 10 Makeup Revolution palettes. Let me know in the comments down below what your favourite Makeup Revolution palettes are, because I would love to hear. If you have a favourite Makeup Revolution product anyway, just let me know in the comments. And also give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. If you do want to see my Makeup Revolution palette collection, do let me know by thumbsing it up or leaving me a comment or whatever. And yeah, I hope you did enjoy this, and I will see you next time. Bye!